안녕하세요. 진짜들의 클래스. 안녕하세요. 진짜들의 클래스 진짜 플루티스트 Philipp Jundt가입니다. This is my flute, and it's made about 40 years ago by the English flute maker Albert Cooper. And Albert Cooper was the first person ever who made flutes out of full gold. In the history of classical flute playing, flutes were usually wooden flutes with no keys or very little keys. And then over the years, flute makers added more and more keys. 제가 오늘 소개해드릴 곡은 칼 라이네케의 Undine 소나타입니다. Carl Reinecke's sonata in E minor is based on the German romantic tale written by Friedrich de la Motte Fouquet. And this tale is about Undine, who was a water spirit. And these water spirits are immortal, but have one big problem: their souls are not immortal.
So, what she does, Undine, during the first movement, actually, she leaves the water world, the water kingdom, in order to look for a mortal man to fall in love with him. And then she is discovered by a fisherman and his wife, who have lost their own daughter recently, and they want to replace her, so they take Undine as their own daughter and raise her. During the rest of the tale, she actually finds a man who falls in love with him, but her uncle and the other water spirits are not at all happy about this, and they try to disturb this future marriage or this love story. And once actually Undine takes a boat trip with her lover, and she falls into the water and she sinks down, and the lover thinks she's dead, which she's not because she's a water spirit.
Thinking she is dead, a little bit later, he wants to marry another woman. And of course, Undine is furious about it. And in the wedding night, she appears and she kisses her former lover to death. So basically, she kills him with a kiss. So the end of the story is quite sad. Schumann was once asked by a friend to write a piano version of his own symphonies. So Schumann answered to this friend, "I'm not good enough to do this. You really should ask Carl Reinecke to do this. He can do that much better." Reinecke himself was a pianist, and he was maybe a little bit shy of a character. That's why he didn't succeed so much as a concert pianist. But he wrote really beautiful piano scores, piano pieces. And so I think in this piece, in the Reinecke Sonata, you could even listen to the piece without flute because the piano part is written so beautifully. So I think as a flute player, what we should do, we should get to really know the tonalities and the harmonies of this piece and then communicate with the piano. Reinecke actually stole that melody from Mendelssohn, who also had his underwater beauty. This one was not called Undine, but Melusine, represented by a similar melody. Actually, it starts so we start in E and go to the dominant, and many flute players play a little bit like this. And I think we should, as a flute player, always look at the tonalities and the harmonies of a piece. So the E minor is soft. But then the dominant should keep until it resolves. So I really recommend to all flutists to look closely at this piano score. The next melody in this first movement, he also stole from Mendelssohn. It's the representation of water and so Mendelssohn also did that. He represented the water with this fluent 16th notes in a 3 measure, and then he has a little theme which goes like this. So this represents the nostalgia from Undine, her desire for falling in love with a human man. So this is quite an introverted theme, which should not be played too expressive, but a little bit intimate. And then in the second part of the first movement, we can already feel or guess a little bit that the story is not going to end very happy, because it starts to be a little bit more dramatic.